Well, welcome to the second live today, guys. And of course, Aspen's in the house tonight, and Travis is back. And we're going to do a part two of this. And I know that most people, Travis, at the moment didn't know we were going live again because it was only in the last 10 minutes. So people will come in, I'm sure, throughout it. But, anyways, thanks for doing this. It was between sleep and coming back on alive. And I was like, yeah, I got energy. I still got some more energy again on there. And then
you just missed me.
It's just not the same. It's not the same without Adam.
Right. But, so we had to do number two.
Can we find out how Adam's day was?
I suppose. He says he's tired.
It was busy. It was busy, but it was good. So I haven't really been in. I didn't get to watch most of the live. I did catch, a little bit towards the end, but I'm sure you both did a great job.
No, there's no idea. Yeah, we did.
It's different.
Nailed it.
Adam, just he asked good questions like Charmaine, and you have to look at all viewpoints on this, and but I can try and explain the legal significance of her order today and as it relates to that first writ. And then, I hope I make it clear when I'm talking about facts and whatnot, and then versus commentary or legal principles in a neutral way versus, what my take or conclusions are. At least I hope I do that, but when Adam's here, I make sure I do. So,
okay, almost lawyer.
That's almost a lawyer.
Yeah, because I was going to say you're going to give a quick rundown, just like a quick rundown again, right? Of for some people that maybe are coming in, because the document really wasn't that long, and it was really just answering people's questions and
Yeah, so as is typical, I got a text some point mid-afternoon from our host, co-host Sunny, saying, "How you doing? How you been?" And I'm like, "Okay, something's going on."
There was nothing actually.
And then she said, "Nope, I'm just calling to see how you are. Nothing's going on. Nothing filed." And then she goes, "Oh wait, I just got something."
Right.
And
I think we were chatting as well when I saw it.
Yeah, all of a sudden dogs pop went off. But go ahead. Yeah.
So you're vouching for her.
Yeah, because it happened. Yeah, we were just
okay. You know what it means to vouch. Okay, so no, but I vouch for her as well, and so I'm looking at this order, and it's a minute order. It's in the system. It's not the actual order that we're going through here, but it says the same thing. And I'm looking, I'm thinking, oh my gosh, the court's ruled on the writ before she's filed a response. And then I start looking at it because it's in this fine print and a text, and can't read because I'm old. And I thought, it's Judge Gull's order in the criminal case, and so she's ordered the clerk to fix a bunch of stuff in the docket, the filing system, and then so essentially what she's done is, and it's certainly with the advice of counsel, met with her in some form or fashion and said, okay, going through these things, I think they're correct on this, and I think they're correct on that. Wouldn't really be much sense to, contest that. Why don't we just go ahead and take care of that stuff, fix it, which renders In the law, we call it moot, not mute, moot. Pronounce that. That'll be good from Canada. Moot, M-O-O-T.
I know. I always forget moot.
Oh,
Yeah,
I wanted
it's
some.
like
I wanted some of those funny O's, like boat,
boot,
like
like
boat,
boot.
moose, and
Moot.
moot. Okay.
Moot.
Anywho,
Moot.
moot. Okay, so renders a moot, and I thought, okay, well, they're trying to moot the first brief. So they covered a number of issues, and let me see if I've got that up so I can track along with you, because I can't read that on my screen, but I think I've got it right here. I can get it real super quick. Sorry, we were just. Please hold.
You're fine.
Talk amongst yourselves.
Hey everyone in chat. While he's looking for that, I want to say really quickly, Freckled Joy. I'm sorry you had kind of a rough day, so I hope that everything's going better.
Oh, I'm sorry to be lighthearted. I can't see the chat. I hope it's nothing.
Oh, no, you're good.
No. It's just it's more of a private thing, but he's just giving her we're just giving her a hug through the computer.
Good to see you.
Okay. Well, whatever private issue you're going through, I'm sorry to hear that you're doing that. Sincerely, I don't need to know the specifics, but you're not a number, you're a person here. It's kind of why I like this channel.
Sometimes.
Thanks for welcoming into the community you have here. Okay, so I just had some snarky stuff, pants on fire. She said the court recently reviewed the chronological case summary, CCS. We're going to kind of use that in this cause, and notes the clerk of the court has not yet made available to the public the 118 documents and what's been referred to by you guys as the document dump, which is apropos for what happened. But I thought has recently reviewed the case summary. Well, I think that's true. I don't have any doubt. Yeah, she reviewed it because it was an exhibit to the writ of mandamus, the first one. And this relates to, there's two petitions for writ of mandamus. The first one filed on a Monday by the three lawyers, and we'll go through that in a minute, including the top one, the Princess of Fucking Darkness, who's an expert on the law in Indiana about the Access to Court Records Act. Anywho, then a second one was filed by one of those three attorneys, Kara, and another attorney relating to the removal of the attorneys. And so this just relates to that first one, which had complaints about how documents were filed, not filed, in CCS system, not CCS system. So that's all this order she did related to. So, no, she didn't just recently review it. If it was a full disclosure, it would have been, I recently reviewed the motion, the petition for writ of mandamus, and saw that the 118 documents were still not filed. Now, it may be, Adam, that she was fully unaware that that hadn't been done. That'd be surprising, but that's possible. And but I just someone picking up this document and not aware of anything else that was going on would draw the conclusion that she, on her own, for whatever reason, was reviewing the case summary and went, oh my gosh, well, there's a little bit more to it than that. And that's my only point. And then she explains court previously created a website for this, and we'll get to that when we go through the brief. And then we'll recall, it's in the brief that we'll go through, that they mentioned there's still to this day 2 documents that haven't been put in the system, and they haven't been made public, or there hasn't been the proper form for confidentiality filed. And then she's going to go ahead and release those. That's where the clerk is further ordered to unseal the June 2023 filing by the Carroll County Sheriff and the July 5, 2023 letter from the Department of Correction inmate, and place same on CCS. And then I have a note, questions to be asked about these 2 documents when they become public, and you guys have an opportunity to look at them along with your folks in your channel. You're going to want to look at those and see why, why were those sealed? Should they have been sealed? Why is it that they can be unsealed now with nothing redacted? But you just kind of want to ask yourselves about that. Then towards the bottom of that page, she orders, pardon me. Says that there's a pending motion for Frank's hearing and accompanying documents filed by former attorneys on September 18th. Including the memorandum in support. They are marked as confidential on the CCS as counsel failed to supply a redacted version at the time of filing. Right. On 10/31, the court ordered defendant's new counsel to review the pleadings and discovery and either adopt those pleadings or make their own. If counsel adopts same, they're ordered to file a redacted version of the pleadings. If the defendant's new counsel inform the court they intend to pursue the Frank's motion, the court will schedule a hearing. I have a note, ethical questions regarding new counsel and past filed motions, and that is that normally, when I'm not going to go in as depth, if you want a more in-depth explanation, you can go and watch what we did earlier when that pops up, if it's not already up, in Sunny and Aspen's channel. Essentially, some things the client has the absolute final authority to say yes or no to, like pleading guilty, testifying. Other things generally accepted are strategic, and it's the attorney's final decision. So filing different types of motions is one of the things that are generally considered to be reserved, that the attorney has the final say on whether something's going to be filed or not. Because they're the ones that know whether it has merit under the law or not. So if the client said, yeah, I want you to file a motion saying I'm a sovereign and therefore there's no jurisdiction, or the Income Tax Act of the United States is unconstitutional because of this, this stuff that's been proven over and over and over again and ruled to be meritless, the attorney has to say, look, I cannot file that. Can't do it. And then there's ways to, if you can't reach an agreement with the client, get his understanding, there's ways to solve those problems ethically and without violating privilege. But in this instance, what happens if Richard Allen writes a letter to his new attorney saying, I'm aware of the filing. I've read through it. It's filed with my consent. And I'm instructing you to adopt it and advise the court that we wish to pursue it. That creates a very unique ethical dilemma that I haven't thought it all the way through, that I don't even know the answer to. But that's just for later talking. And then I have another snark comment. This is my personal comment, not a neutral explanation of the law. She really thinks this is working. Now she's finally scheduling a hearing, but 2.5 weeks ago, she said, there are thousands of pages of documents and hours of video and audio, and she'd schedule a hearing, when she was through with that review and would do it. Finally, the clerk is ordered to place and make, this is the last page, Sonny. Finally, the clerk is ordered to place and make accessible on the CCS former attorney's pleadings of October 25th, 2023 and October 26th, 2023. I believe one of those is the motion to disqualify Gull, and the other is the verified notice of continuing representation of Richard Allen by attorney Rozzi. And you say Rosie, I say Rozzi. Anyway, you can see why they didn't let me inquire. Another ethical quandary: what happens if Richard Allen writes his two new attorneys and says, I'm insisting that you also redraft and modify the motion to disqualify Gull and refile it. Have to be redrafted a little bit because part of the explanations for the disqualification related specifically to Baldwin and Rozzi, but some of the other rationale still exists. And that's a question for another time. But and then all of these things that I just went through that she's ordered the clerk to do are in direct response and to the motion, to the petition for writ of mandamus. All of these things were specifically requested, and we'll go through that in a little bit. So that
Travis
is a recap.
Travis?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was just gonna thank Lead with Love. She did a $20 donation. She said she's been in this chat twice today.
Stop the presses. Oh my God. Yeah, tell me to shut up if that happens.
Okay,
oh
Travis,
my gosh.
Okay. You're like the Prince of Darkness, but in male form. Pete's sakes. No,
oh man, the type of legal dilemma. Kids, what's it say? I can't read that.
Yeah,
Why gives me stress? I'm old school J. Tony Sarah style. So thank you so much, Lead with Love. We really appreciate that.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, okay. So Tony Sarah style. So Tony Sarah is in Travis's Hall of Fame of defense lawyers. Tony Sarah is a longtime family friend from when I grew up in the Bay Area. Tony Sarah, look him up, is, I mean, he is just incredible. But he has, guy's brilliant. Went to Stanford, got a degree in philosophy, and with emphasis in epistemology. that in itself is remarkable. Then he goes to law school, to one of the top law schools in the United States. Gets out in the 60s, and he essentially takes a vow of poverty, and he owns no property. His cars are all old and run down. His clothes are secondhand. There was a movie made about him, played by James Woods, about a murder in Chinatown. And, the thing got off track a bit, but Tony Sarah, you can look him up on YouTube, and he's just awesome. Oh, great. Thank you so much. So he's got some stuff on YouTube where he talks, and he'll be at defense lawyer conferences, and he'll be, you got to be an actor, it's got to come from your soul, and he's had some of the biggest, nastiest cases there are, and he's just absolutely brilliant. 60 Minutes
Like,
did it. What's that?
Like Einstein. Looks like freaking Einstein.
I was thinking it was like
he had a really big case in Las Vegas. It was the murder, a gal and that was Binion's. Binion owns the Horseshoe, big family, old time family in Las Vegas, and his girlfriend, she had like a secret boyfriend. Anyway, he ends up murdered, and they go to trial, and they convict her and her boyfriend of murder. And it gets reversed on appeal because they used a private investigator to dig up information in order to get them arrested. So it gets reversed, comes back for a new trial. And I know the two guys very, very well that represented her initially. And then, he comes in to represent her on the retrial. And, some of that's on the internet. And, but I grew up around this guy. And,
I remember the name.
An amazing human being.
Yeah. Hey, Travis, not to cut you off again, but I'm going to get a little bossy. Can you give Diana a shout out? She did an 860 super chat. Can you see what it says?
It says, celebrate good times. Let's hit
10K.
Oh, 10K. Yeah. Where are we at?
So, I'll tell you guys. So I have the 10K video ready that has been sitting there for about a week. But do you want a drum roll? 9,988. Okay.
Oh, come on.
Right?
Can't we offer something? Like, can't we buy people? Can people be bought on this platform?
I'm sure they can, but
Adam likes to give himself freely, so that's no problem.
God, I tell you, Tuesdays are pretty racy around these parts.
Hey, they don't call it Taco Tuesday for nothing.
Good Lord. Oh man, I'm glad my camera's on the fritz.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I know for a fact it was you that started it last time. You don't. But anyways, yeah.
I'm not going to make any meat analogies during this show. I guarantee you that.
Probably smart.
That was funny. That was funny. You gotta, you know what? You gotta have some of those jokes. And, new member even. Lead with Love became a new member. Thank you, Lead with Love.
Thank you, Leave
Oh,
with
and you
Love.
can play with the emojis.
You're
Sorry.
you're in great company. You're in great company.
Thank you guys very much. And again, if you're not subscribed to the channel, I hate to order and boss you around like, Judge Gull or anybody else, but if you just, could hit that hammer on that like button or subscribe button and the like, that would be great. That would be nice. But
But let
not
me
begging.
say, there's a fine line, and I've never seen it here or Defense Diaries or places I hang out, but I've heard tell, it's okay to criticize a judge, criticize any public official. It's
Absolutely.
part of our Constitution, to petition the government for redress of grievances. I don't know how they do things in Canada. Who knows up there? But here, that's what this whole platform, YouTube, and is all about. But there's a fine line. I heard one thing, and I hope nobody misunderstands. There's a fine line. I heard there was some, just awful, nasty things being said about Judge Gull, and I would never talk about a judge or another attorney in a personal way, like they're a bad person or they're this bad, nasty word, or
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
I'm always referring to the position, and generally, I don't even use the word judge. I say the court, which is referring to the judge of that court. It's just totally inappropriate, and so don't do that. If you think she hasn't done things right, or you just never ever do that. It's totally inappropriate, and I'd never condone that whatsoever. However, somebody, I will point out that the way the average judge might do something versus the way she does something, or what the points of criticism are about her judicial actions, not her personally, her judicial actions in connection with the clerk system and the filings and the confidentiality of documents, having a real time getting words out today, or the second petition for writ of mandamus regarding the removal of the judges and more of the legal aspects. It's just inappropriate. Like I said, I've never ever seen any hint of that in this channel or channels, Defense Diaries. And
Judge Fouts is a different story, though, Travis.
What's that?
He's not a judge anymore.
Yeah, ex-Judge Fouts. That's a different story. No, yeah, that's to do with Delphi. That's a whole different. He was
is he the one that was keeping the hooker in high heels and shoes?
Yeah, and the mistress. Don't forget the mistress. Yeah.
Wait, he had a mistress and a hooker?
Well,
Escort.
we like to use the word escort.
Right. We know Sierra.
Just for YouTube.
Oh, Lord. Okay. Sex worker.
I talked to them
All right.
both,
Yeah, whatever. Okay.
But yeah, I mean, I've talked to them both. I still talk. I, like I said, reached out to both of them, and I haven't talked to the mistress in a while, but it's one of those things where we connect. But yeah, that's him. That's the one. Yeah. So I probably had some words that he probably, would close your ears to on that one, but but you understandably so. He was caught with his hand in the basket for sure, or between the legs, one of the two.
Never right to be impolite. Irish O'Farrell.
It rhymes. It counts. It's never right to be impolite. Yep.
Well,
yeah. Go ahead though, Travis or Aspen, with what with the document stuff and whatever.
Travis.
So that's the thumbnail. So Adam, any thoughts? I'd love to hear your thoughts on what she did today, or if you have any yet.
I don't think this was terribly unexpected. I'm not sure if, I didn't really see her fighting the first writ. I think we talked about that in the past. I thought if either of the two writs were going to be successful, I thought the first one held a much larger chance of being successful. But I think that everything should, be out in the open, of course. And I think this is righting a wrong. I don't know if it was an intentional withholding of information. Like the 118 page document or 118 document file dump that, they're referencing in the order. It is publicly accessible. I know that people, I know it's not, it needs to be on the record. And I remember I need to go back and look because there was some talk back in June, because I was talking to John McGauley, who is the one that prepared that document dump. He was the public contact person for the Allen County court system, and how to obtain that. And I remember when there were filings and motions that were coming out after that he was very clear that they weren't going to be continuing to add to that it was going to remain what it was, and then the things from then on would be added back into the Odyssey system like normal. And the Odyssey system is the court system that they use in Indiana.
Yeah, and Texas. Yep.
Okay.
Hold on, a Taco Tuesday's coming up. Taco Tuesday. Hold on.
Okay.
Adam, you started it on that one, and it matches your green. It matches your whole green thing going on. But Travis, do you want to do our next shout out? Because this is kind of.
Oh, thank you. Support with Stefa. Thank you so much. $5 holla.
Thank you,
$5 holla.
Taco Tuesday. But there's no tacos.
Not yet. Hey, there's always time for Taco Bell. They're open late.
Bring back the enchilito. Well, I just dated myself. No, I meant taco emojis.
Until that goes off, I'll just say that I'm not a lawyer. I'm not, so I don't know. There we go.
This stuff's minor. I mean, it's not that big a deal, but it's certainly not the stuff you want to be calling to task over.
Right.
Well, you got this other stuff going on, and but. And she may file a response that's a little bit conciliatory and have it wasn't intentional, and or she may have an email to the clerk. Please get this stuff filed as soon as your workload will allow. I know it's who knows what we'll see. So she hasn't had a time to respond, but the fact that I think what you're saying, Adam, the fact that she immediately began to take measures to correct the things that she felt needed to be corrected,
or that were brought to her attention. You know, because I mean, I'm sure no judge wants to have an issue in front of the Supreme Court.
Right. And no court likes to order a judge to do something. So even when a judge grants an order of mandamus, at least in Texas, they say the court plans to grant the writ of mandamus in 15 days unless the court, clerk, what other public official complies before then, as outlined in this decision, in which case it will be rendered moot. So in essence, there's nothing official. It's like they give them a chance. About the, I don't know if people remember, but the Supreme Court, in a very famous decision, allowed same-sex marriage in the United States. And but there was one clerk in Tennessee that refused to do it based on religious grounds. And
Kim something was her name.
Golly, he is almost a lawyer. Thank you. And in federal court, they filed a writ of mandamus, and it was a big publicity thing. What do you call a little snippet for media, soundbite? They had somebody come up, and then she politely refused. I'm sorry, I can't do it based on religious grounds. And it's all staged, kind of like Housewives of Pick a City. And, they go back and recreate these spats clearly. Right. But, it was all staged. And
I think that was in Kentucky, just so you know.
Oh, Kentucky. I love Kentucky. It was a mental block. Anywho, so, I can't remember if she actually sat a day or two in jail or not, but
that I don't remember.
And then ultimately what she ended up doing is saying, look, I won't personally do it, but I will allow my deputy clerks to accept marriage licenses. And okay, good, we're all copacetic. But
Travis, so I have two questions about the first is because I haven't reread the first writ of mandamus. Is there anything still outstanding from the first?
Yeah, and we can go through that now, or if there's any comments or questions up to this point, we can go those, or we can very quickly go through the first writ. I've highlighted it to kind of cover what's been hit by her order and what may still be remaining.
Sorry, I'm not laughing at you, Travis. I'm laughing at that comment.
Freckled Joy.
That's an X-Files joke.
Miller doesn't believe in aliens and still does her job.
Anyone that ever watched the X-Files?
Oh my gosh, I love Taco Tuesday. I'll take 6.
Kim Davis, thank you, Ivy. I knew her name was Kim.
So whatever your pleasure is, guys.
Yeah. Well, I'll ask my second question as well, and then you can decide which one you want to go through first. Sunny, I think doesn't know she's muted. And,
okay. You're right.
But my second question is, I get a little confused about, because I hear people talk about the responsibility the clerk of the court has and who she has it to, or they have it to. I'm sorry. And so when I read things about a judge ordering a clerk to do something, what does that legally mean? Because does it mean that they're commanding them to do it, or are they just issuing their? I mean, can you explain that, like who the clerk answers to, where that relationship lies? Because I hear people kind of making it sound like, like that's there's improprieties or there's improper behavior happening with that as well.
Improprieties, yeah.
Improprieties.
Yeah. So that's complex. That's like a question somebody, almost a lawyer, would ask, because I'm assuming in Indiana, like most places, including Texas and all the other states I've practiced in, the clerk of the court is an elected official, like the county sheriff, like county circuit court judges. So there's three branches of government. I don't know how many there are in Canada, and they got these territories up there and province. It's forget Canada. So this is U.S. only. Sorry.
Yeah.
Anywho,
Absolutely.
so we got we have checks and balances, and so we have three parts of government. We have the executive. So at the state level, that would be the governor, and then various agencies that do the day-to-day work and get things done. And then you have the judiciary, which is the judges, and then you have the legislative, and they all serve as a check and a balance on each other. So the judge, in this case, Judge Gull, is from the judicial branch of government, and then the clerk is considered from the executive branch. Now, it's a little bit complicated, and there's some gray here in that the clerks.
We got one more sub. We need 9 more. 9 more, Travis. Come on, Travis. This is your night to party with us.
9 more, and then you have a video you're going to play when it happens.
I do, but if it doesn't happen tonight, then it will have to happen.
And then it'll go 9,999.
Yeah, then it'll be that. As long as we get there, that was what mattered. But anyways,
I'm going to stay on 24 hours straight if we don't hit 10,000. So there, you better do it quickly.
That's what you got to do. That's what you got to do.
That's what you get if you don't subscribe. Okay, so
it looks like clerks are elected in Indiana.
So but the clerks their main function is to support the courts. Okay, so so there's kind of some crossover there. You can't the courts and the clerks need to work together, or there's going to be chaos. And so so technically speaking, a judge can issue an order on anything they want. Like, I'm going to issue an order, and because Sonny and Adam aren't real journalists, the sheriff can go to the East Coast and arrest Adam because I think, maybe he saw something at one time, and then, and the sheriff can go up to Canada and bring Sonny back down here to answer me and be held in jail until then. So she could issue an order like that, and then of course there'd be a lot of people responding, like the State Department and the Canadian consulate, and a lot of people could respond to that. So can the judge issue an order? Yeah, but is it effective? And I don't even know. The order said remove those documents and remove them from the CCS, I thought it even said. But I looked a few times and they were always there. They never went away. And so what would happen is she issues that order and the judge says, I'm sorry, I can't comply with that. There's a state statute that makes it a crime for me to do that. Or there's a state statute that's clear that I have no authority to do that whatsoever. Generally gets worked out. If people are saying that I can't speak specifically if it was even improper for her to attempt to order that. I think certainly I've seen it that it's proper for a court to strike something from the record. But as we discussed earlier today, strike, a lot of people think means, remove, or from Cousin Vinny, sustain. Counsel's opening statement will be entirely stricken. Everything he said before, thank you. Well, the court reporter doesn't go back and remove those comments from the transcript. They're still in the transcript. Stricken in the legal context means they have no legal significance to that case, and neither side can rely upon them going forward. And so I think she can strike. Where she went over the line based on the order today is asking that they be removed from the system and that they be removed from the file, the clerk's file. So I don't know if there was anything else people were commenting on that specifically, but that's about the best answer I can give on that question. The judges can direct clerks to do certain things. I want this filed under seal. This is an adoption case. It's confidential. I want it sealed. No one can look at it without further order from this court. Perfectly appropriate. And so they can do things like that, but I'm ordering the clerk to assign a different trial clerk. And what a trial clerk is they're the clerk that's in the courtroom during trials and hearings. And there's normally a dedicated clerk assigned to each court. I don't like this person. I don't, want them in here. And, they are not subject to being ordered around in that way by a judge. And so about the only thing, she was the one that came up with the web page idea, and so that really didn't involve the clerk, other than them helping facilitate getting those things converted to PDFs so that an IT person could upload them. Really, the only thing was removing the 2 documents from the system, which she's corrected by this order. And it's not in the relative scheme of things, how bad judges can mess up. It's not that big a thing, but it just
Travis,
should have known better. What?
How come everybody else knew it was wrong but the judge? About striking the records and then removing them.
Personal opinion is that she was just letting her emotions, not because she's female. It's not what I'm saying. We all get a little distracted with our emotions, especially in litigation. I just think she got her
panties in a pinch.
Let her emotions get the best of her on that and had a lapse of judgment.
I personally see it that way. I think that Judge Fran Gull, as much as, like I said, I'm not sitting here being pro defense or whatever. It's just whatever is right. But I think that she erred. She, after talking with her own counsel, she's making a right of things that she had done wrong or neglected to do right. I don't. I think that the latter, that one throws me off the most, because everyone else seemed to know that you weren't going to, that you were not allowed just to remove them like she did. um so for me, it's like, I don't know, I feel like she wasn't in the right here on a lot of these things, that we should have had the open files and access and stuff like that. And then, but especially those last ones, for me personally, to take them off the record, everyone was like, wait, what? Like, meaning from the lawyer standpoint, because you guys are the lawyers, and how many times have we kept hearing out of lawyers' mouths that this is unheard of, like unprecedented, really, of kind of what's going on. And so even Kara wasn't sure what was going on, and she was more than willing to say that, to be honest. So I'm not going to sit there and say that she's all innocent in what she did. I think that her emotions got the best of her in that latter part. And I think that there's files that should have been opened that weren't, and whatever. And at the end of the day, all we want is the transparency, and to have the files that are supposed to be available to the public, that be available to us. Simple as that.
Right.
And basically fix any wrongs that are going on, in a sense, or however it worked out. So
Right.
that's how I see it.
Right.
But they should also be presented in a responsible manner, And I maintain that, I thought that was, I'm not a lawyer, but I thought that memorandum was the exact reason that they put redactions into documents. Everyone that's ever read court documents has read how many redacted things are. And I think that, this has just been notoriously been horrible for not redacting things. They put in that one filing, they put Nick McClelland's cell phone number and didn't redact it.
Right. No, that just, and witness names and
pretty
stuff.
clear most places that you're
A lawyer of.
well, there's standard stuff, standard orders that with the electronic filing system, the way you do it, you convert the document to PDF, you electronically sign it, you upload it to the Odyssey filing system, and then you have to go through certain steps, who you are, who you're filing it on behalf of, and then you click another thing and it says, do you need to redact personal information? And
right.
Right.
This is the lawyer that does this, right?
But that's all you have to redact, is not names, but addresses, phone numbers, social security numbers,
and this is the lawyer that does
account
that,
numbers, and then you sign a certification that I've reviewed the document and it doesn't contain any personal information, and personal information is defined. But I'm telling you right now that, and this part's questionable. She's ordered that, if they're going to reassert it, that they submit a redacted version, which, it's futile. It's up in the Indiana Supreme Court for the entire world to see, and it's never going away. And I'm sure they did it on purpose. Go ahead, come at me, and try and because she's not under the order. Maggie the Princess of fucking Darkness isn't under any order. And
Right.
and then she pointed out the gag order or the motion for protective order don't apply to court filings. So, I mean, I put Sonny on the spot in the first part of this, and I said, okay, just pretend you're given a document, has this whole narrative of something that happened, and then you're told you need to redact this, or you could be put in jail or pay heavy fines. What would you want to know in order to redact it? And you'd want to know, okay, what are the local rules on what can or cannot be in there? And I'm sure there's something about personal information. So, okay,
right,
we got to get rid of the cell phone, and then, or phone, whatever phone number, and then, we got to get rid of this or get rid of that. But
can I ask you, Travis? If you say that names don't have to be redacted, I'm just asking as a layman because, like, I've read countless court documents and affidavits, and I feel like 90% of the time the names are redacted.
No, I mean, I'm not saying you didn't read redacted documents, but just go to the Avery case and look at the Denny motion. Every state's different. Every defendant that they want to bring in as a possible third-party suspect is named.
I'm talking about Indiana specifically. When I've read, because I said I've read a lot of affidavits in court, and I mean anyone that's followed this case, any other document that we've all had, the Ron Logan affidavit, the Keegan Klein transcripts, the names are redacted for the most part.
Well, Adam, isn't it fair enough to say that the redaction was done by murder sheets? Remember?
Yeah, I'll give you two cases you can look up.
Maybe that could be
real quick. Later on through Odyssey, you can look up.
And I'm just asking. I'm not claiming that I know something or that I'm right.
Well,
it's
Travis. I mean, he is correct. The documents that we typically receive with Keegan Klein's case, like meaning in the affidavit and whatever, there's big blocks of freaking black everywhere or names redacted. So for us, that's a normal thing to see here.
Right.
With the
PCA was redacted when it first came out. When the 118 document dump came out, it wasn't, and it had the names of minors on it.
Mm-hmm. That's not normally correct, is it? Have the names of minors?
So if the minor is living, you're supposed in Texas. So if it's a sexual assault of a child case, there's an order everywhere that you use, even in the briefs. You use pseudonyms, which are typically the initials of the minor. But if they're deceased, no.
Right. So. Well, thank you.
It's specifically for victims and even adult sexual assault. There's what's called a rape shield law that I think all states have, that the victim in a sexual assault case, regardless of age, you use a pseudonym or initials. But outside of that, I don't do family, but I'm pretty sure in family court, on.
And Murder Sheet did. Murder Sheet is the one that redacted the Keegan Klein transcript. I was incorrect about that. I'm not sure if they redacted the Ron Logan one or not. I can't, because I know that originally came from Ron Logan, so I don't think it was. it was redacted after the fact. So
Ron
that makes,
Logan was redacted from the start.
Yeah. But, I'm aware of other murder cases in Indiana, and I've looked at the pleadings, and, there's no redactions. And, the way to check it out quickly and easily is to pull up the Kurtz, Indiana v. Kurtz case
know that
involving the Hanisch murder. And I've looked at a few documents in there because I'm intrigued about.
That's the case I was mentioning to you the other night about the importance of a new prosecutor and what that can do for an elected official, in a county.
Well said. Well
Well,
said. I mean, just I'm assuming the injustices to that man's poor family were because of his lifestyle, or maybe the people associated with it were.
That's pretty much what his family was told. That, and the fact that because there were judgments made about his lifestyle, they never really did a full investigation. Which,
and
made it
I
harder
know
to
that's how rural Indiana is, and
You're talking about Ray Hanisch, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just really bewildering to me. But there's just that stuff's not normally redacted. Now, I don't, how accessible are the Lori? Is it Vallow?
Yeah.
Vallow, yeah.
How accessible are those documents? Are they all court filings? Are they all floating around the internet? I mean, are all of those redacted? Or
I'm trying to remember what system
I'm trying to remember.
Do they use Vine? No, that's something else.
Does anyone remember? Because I don't. I can't remember now.
I don't know.
In Florida, it's all bets are off. Everything is sunshine law.
In Florida.
Crime scene photos, skeleton photos, duct tape over the mouth photos. All wide open. Balls to the
Three more.
wall.
Thank you, Tanya.
Hey, as Dale Earnhardt would say.
3 more, Travis. It's because of you, boy. Yeah, let's do this. Come on. Ding, ding, ding.
Okay, I may not have to make this coffee. Okay. So should I hit?
Wait, I'll subscribe.
Yeah. Hey, Travis, are you subscribed, bud? Have you checked lately?
Somebody go grab your spouse, significant other, dog, cat.
My husband's already done it.
Goldfish, and get them to subscribe.
Watch, we're going to go like 10,000. I'm going to play the video, and then bloop, bloop, bloop.
So what's the date of that spike? You can't read it. So you're cruising along, boom, skyrocket to the moon.
Well, it makes it look like that, doesn't it? But that's how much it's been teasing us for the last. I mean, this is like the 21st of October. And it's just like it's been like a roller coaster. Up 5, down 3, up 2, down 2, up 4, down. So I
can't tell the scale. What's the scale on that right hand side?
On the right hand side,
5 people. Okay.
This one here. 9.9, 9.9, 10, 10.
Okay.
So it needs to go right there.
And I know that 10,000 is still nothing in YouTube numbers.
See?
But we really, we went, from 5,000 to 10,000, quicker than a lot of people. So that's awesome.
Yeah. That was the nickel.
Like I said, nothing in YouTube.
Rest in peace.
Yes, support with Steffa. Hence why Gannon, Gannon's pictures.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
Sad.
yes, ma'am. Support with Steffa. You can see
And it
crime
seems
scene photos in Florida. The Nancy Grace and
Oh, hold on. Yeah, 99. I gotta screenshot that just for the sake of that. Oh, of course, my face looks like crap as I screenshot that.
you're gonna
Let's try
get your
another
steak knives, Sonny. You're gonna get your steak knives.
one. Is that what I'm gonna win? Okay, hold on. Because as
Is that
soon
what
as it
you get
hits
at 10,000 set of
10,
steak knives, right?
like,
And a T-shirt.
yeah. Hold on, I gotta get the video ready. Hold on. I'm gonna have to get this video
we
ready.
were at like 2,000
Oh,
subscribers when I
shoot,
came on the
shit.
channel.
Wait, hold on. I think that's 10. Shoot, I gotta put it back up. Hold on. Bad me. Or is that no. We're not there yet.
Premature celebration. Story of my
No.
life.
I was gonna get the video ready just for it, and then all of a sudden I was like, no, because you guys need to see this too. You guys better be drinking or something.
Oh, I just went to pull it up on my phone and I realized I was watching Tom Webster's.
Trader much. Let's see. I think we're just gonna have to chill for a sec. You know,
If anyone has if anyone has 7 hours tomorrow, go watch Tom Webster's video he put out tonight.
Crystal Skin just had subscribed. Is that who was?
Yeah, Sonny mentioned that earlier. I wasn't familiar with him, but she said he did a really good video on the memo.
He does deep dives. He's been working on it forever. But yeah, it's like a 7-hour video on the memorandum. I haven't watched it yet, but I've talked to him a little bit, and I know how hard he works. So
nice one. Lead with love. She's like a union organizer. We're going to call her Norma Jean.
Yeah. There has to be a dog or a cat that has not subscribed, because a lot of
Lisa
people
said I would unsub if it would F with you more.
Of course you would.
That sounds like something Who Dis would do.
That's like the effing darkness right there is Lisa. You know, she likes to do Who Dis too. She likes to do that. Play with your brain. Whoa. Okay. Yay. Wait, hold on. Let me just take a look. Let me just see if it says the name. No, it hasn't said yet.
Okay, everybody remember where you were at.
Right?
Remember where you were at.
You don't even got your freaking camera on to celebrate with us. Hold on. I got to screenshot that. Hold on a second.
Congratulations, Sonny. Congratulations, sincerely.
Thank you.
Wait, just Sonny? Okay.
We better play the video. Okay, hold on a second.
Hey,
let me
cue video.
Everyone's congratulating just Sonny. Okay.
Yeah, you guys want me to play the 10K video? Oh, fine. Before it goes down. Okay, hold on. Video. You guys won't know if it went down anyway, suckers. No, just kidding. Okay.
Never really know what's going on. Look at me sometimes like all you want to do is run. Hear me out, hear me out.
Okay, that was the 10K subs video. I hope you guys liked it. It's because of you guys. And I honestly, Travis, mark this day down in history, okay? This goes right up there with, the presidents that have been, whatever, brought into government there. And it's been, I don't know. I think it almost passes the JFK thing, to be honest with you. I think this is the biggest true crime story right here. Yeah, thank you.
Well,
Hold on.
you and Adam should be quite proud of yourselves for, you initially building this thing to two and then working together and getting to 10. I was involved with a gentleman that had a thing on Avery and saw him climb from 2,000 to 4,000. And, the timing was, he started right after MAM 1 and built up. And then in that time frame, he was, at 3 and then, to get above 4. And, I know how hard it is to build something. And, and I compliment you both on staying above the fray because I'm familiar with YouTube in general.
Thanks, criminality.
People like to tear each other down, but you both like to build people up as long as you're
as long as they're good
respectful.
people.
And
Yeah, absolutely.
So, congratulations to you both. That's
Thank you. Can I say
Adam,
really quick?
now what I want to know is why am I not getting invitations to these great parties and this
that's pushing it, Travis. That's too far now. Come on now. Too far.
and the retreat to a Caribbean island? Everybody's dancing, outside by the pool. I haven't gotten an invite. What's going on?
Now that we get 10K status, once the live's over, see you, Travis.
Might as well get 1 million now.
Aspen's going to say something, and I believe it's going to be about Deb.
Yeah, I did want to say, we want to also, because Deb has been a big part of this channel, still is a big part of this channel, and Deb was, Deb was like right here with us, for a long time. So, Deb, thank you so much for everything you've done and continue to do.
Exactly.
And if you're not subscribed to Deb's channel,
go
subscribe to Deb's True Crime Notebook.
Can I just say that?
Well, I apologize. I know you have a lot. Like every successful channel on YouTube has a lot of people behind it, moderators, and you got to have the right moderators, and you have to have a nurturing community that's all aligned with the same goals and objectives. And, there's always a lot of folks. Of course, all of those that helped you, but I'm really happy for you both. That's great.
Thank you. Hold on a second. I do want to drop, oh my goodness, Deb's link again, because Deb is at 981. Sorry, Deb, I was about to say 9,000. 981. Again, Deb was on this channel for, I don't know about how long. Was it like over a year and a half? Can't remember, Deb. Sorry. Having a brain fart on this. Great person. And she's working on her own channel. And with Deb, just to talk about Deb for a second here. Okay, guys. She's a wonderful, beautiful, kind human being. And when, with her monetization and stuff like that, when it comes, she'll be donating hers to charity and helping out different, whatever she plans on doing with it. But it will all be going to the different charities that she wants to put them towards. So, which is a beautiful thing. So she's at, like I said, 981. If we can get Deb to 1,000 tonight, that would be great. Sorry, delete. Let me just quickly drop her link. I thought I had it there, but I didn't. I had StreamYard link. And I want to say something, if you guys don't mind, to somebody else that's in the house right now that I'm seeing, besides support with Steffa, you know, your queen bee and stuff like that. But I want to say to somebody I don't know, and her name is Criminality. I had only watched Criminality the other day, but I've seen Criminality in this channel. And she might not know it, or maybe she won't want to even admit it, but I really thought that she was a lot like me, that she, you know, is just kind of tells it like it is and saying it and stuff like that, you know, and just just a good personality. I really liked watching her live. So I don't usually admit that I'm usually in somebody's lives too often, because I sometimes just sneak in there, and I don't like drama, and I don't like what's been going on, you know, with the whole leaking of photos and stuff like that. And meaning, we try to stay away from the drama part here. I like the way that you handled it the other night, and you know, I just thought that she was someone that, you know, had a voice that's strong, you know, but yet
Yeah.
very fair as well and nice. Like I seen a very decent person. And not that you need my, you know, judging here or whatever, but I just wanted to say that I was literally gonna ask you if you wanted to join a live with us, because I really like the way that you presented yourself, and you know, for us being just genuine, truthful, and honest, and saying your feelings, even if they're different, um, means a lot to us. And I really saw that in your channel when I did see it. So I just wanted to give you that shout out, okay? And Criminality too. And I'm just gonna put up Criminality's. Just give me a sec on that, you guys, and then we'll get back on course. But this is you know, this is a big day for us.
Between and I love Julie, you know, but like between Julie and Skip, you had some talkers, so we understand what that's like.
Yeah, on there. So
We
yeah,
can talk.
yeah. I wasn't sure if you had Twitter or not, but the email's up there, Criminality at crimingshame@gmail.com. If you just want to send it off an email, because we would love to do a live with you and talk about Delphi and stuff like that. And I just dropped your channel link, because this channel believes in supporting channels and helping channels grow. Again, that comes with respect. You know, when people try to kick us down and stuff like that, you've lost every ounce of respect, because the true crime community is supposed to be about caring, and it's supposed to be about sharing and helping each other and building each other up, not constantly knocking people down and stuff like that. So that's the way that this channel is. I have no qualms at all ever helping anyone. We don't at all. Do we, Adam? You know, because it's a beautiful thing to do. Why not? Right, Frank? And all that. Right, Deb? You know, it's a beautiful thing to do, to help others and help other people grow, you know, instead of trying to tear them down. So anyways, I just wanted to say that about your channel. And Deb, we love you. And thank you all for everyone that has supported this channel. And thank you to Lead with Love again for helping getting over that 10K hurdle. It means a lot. I finally got to play the video that I had made about a week ago or so, Adam. And Travis, you should be paying us right now for this honor, because now that we're big wigs of, no, just kidding. I'm just totally kidding. With Travis, it's a pleasure coming across you and coming across paths. I thank you for your kindness and your generosity with your time as well. Totally always appreciate that for all you guys that help out. I can't sit there and thank everyone, so I'll just do it in a big thank you. Right, Adam? Okay.
Absolutely.
So that's what I want to say. Amen. Preach it. All right, I will. Thank you.
Okay, now let's get to 20,000.
Yeah, 20,000. Criminality, I noticed too. She's getting up there to 10K as well. So I dropped that link again. So anyone that comes across this live at some point, whatever, Criminality's a great channel to go to and subscribe as well. Okay. All right. That's what I have to say. Anyways, I'm very happy, you guys. Thank you guys so much. Go ahead, Adam. Go ahead. Say how happy you are.
Oh, I'm ecstatic.
Oh,
So,
and Todd Webster dropped his video today, and he made it public. That was nice too.
I told y'all he was going to.
I'm sorry. Could you just read those words out loud?
Well, she's talking to me here. She says, "I really
Oh.
appreciate your kind words, and I'm a huge fan of your channel, and would be honored to hang out with you guys." That was for me.
That was totally for
I
me.
think it was for me.
Definitely, Travis. Obviously, Adam. I don't know what we were thinking. What about Alexa? Alexa's not here, but she's probably watching. Don't tell her I said that.
I subscribed to Deb's channel. Thanks for one of the mods posting the link. I was able to do that in chat really easily. So she's one closer. Honored to do it. So were you get her on now? Send her a link.
Get who on?
Wasn't
You
it
person that
Freckles?
you think
Didn't you
wants
ask
you?
her to come on now?
Who are you referring to? Who are you referring to? Criminality? Deb?
Yeah, criminality. Sorry.
Oh, I don't want to put her on that spot
No,
like
we can
that.
do
I
a
didn't
whole.
know.
We can schedule a live with her.
Yeah. Now, yeah. If it was Deb,
I want to be able to hang out with her and give some time. But
I was gonna
so,
say, yeah. You know, sometimes I don't mind. Like, sometimes I'll say, hey, if you want to join or whatever, like this. But see,
Gotcha.
Travis,
Okay.
we want to
I
talk
thought it was
to
Taco
you.
Tuesday and it was a big party.
Oh, is that what you thought?
That video got me kind of in a festive mood. So, but okay, all right, we
See, look
can,
at
get it
okay.
off of there so I can focus again.
Yeah. So, criminality says it's kids' bedtime, or she would jump on it. See,
what was it?
but
I've seen when I was watching Criminalities live the other night with Julie and Skip. I can't remember now. I think it was a popsicle, but I heard a little human's voice say, "Can I have a popsicle?" And then I heard her say, "Yeah, that's fine," or something like that. And ever since I've wanted a popsicle or ice cream.
yeah, but popsicle! Don't even get me started. I got popsicles in the freezer, root beer, cream soda. I know I shouldn't have them being diabetic, but my diabetic, it said, it's okay. It's okay. You can have me. Deb, for you, I dropped the link in there. I feel like, Aspen, I'm not going to lie. I was too self-absorbed, and then Adam sent me a thing saying, should we actually ask Deb to come on? Not actually ask, but ask Deb. And Travis, like I said, Deb was a big part of this channel. And Deb, if you want to come up here and take a bow and do your stripper pole thing, we're okay with that, to be honest with you.
And
Yeah.
Criminality, it was my main takeaway from your live, so I appreciated the tiny human. I'm just playing. I was like, popsicle.
Maybe not that one tonight. We'll have a fun night, okay? At Sport with Depa, we'll have a fun night. I don't know that Travis can bear to hang out with us and play that video on there. Let's see here. Oh, popsicle! I want one so bad right now. Let's see. The tiny human did want a popsicle. Terrible timing. Oh, so good. Let's see. Did Deb say anything? Oh, she's in my jammies. No. Okay. So Deb said, I think it was clearly like this. Because Aspen is on tonight, and we know that he likes his time and, primping and ego and stuff like that, that she's going to bow out of this one, she said. She said, normally, Sunny, I would do it for you anytime, but it's because of Adam. Actually, he's hiding Deb anyway. See?
Yeah,
but Deb, anyways, you guys are a great group. Love you guys. You guys know that. Lisa, I only half love you. You know that.
But it's okay because I half loved Lisa too, so we make up one love for Lisa.
Don't tell Lacey that you've loved her. Okay.
I said I half love her. So
half
between
love.
Sunny
Okay.
and I both, that's one full love for Lisa.
Okay. And Mustang Shelly, this dog lover and stuff like that. Anyways, per prof, I'm on it. Okay, so there we go. Oh, I thought you were just making up a whole new word there, but that's actually somebody's name.
Hey, I'll be right. I'll be right back, Sonny.
Okay, so Travis on there. I don't know. I don't know, Travis. What do you want to talk about now? We can party if you. I mean, if you want to drink and party, then we can do that too.
prison with Sonny and Adam.
I used to have this great video. People used to make fun of me. Actually, I still have that video. And people used to make fun of, like, back in the day, and I'm only going to talk about this part for 1 sec. So some YouTube people would sit there and say I was an alcoholic and that I was a tarot card reader and stuff like that, or a psychic, and stuff like that. I mean, all of that's definitely true. I don't know what I was thinking about. I love to drink and then come do a live. It's just typically what I do every day. But anyways, so I made this, when people kind of say things about you and they're not true. So I kind of laugh at that stuff really. And most of it always just slides right off of me. So I would kind of come back with a video, and it might be poop emojis landing on another channel, if they were attacking us or something like that. I've grown up halfway since then. But no, I don't make. It was always fun to make these little videos. But and a video that we made was when our good friend Blaine, he passed away last year of an overdose. He would come on the channel, totally from the opposite sides of the track. Big Red, we called him. Great guy. And anyways, so one of the things when we were on Blaine's live is we were talking about in prison, because Blaine and Andrew, had spent time in pen there. And then someone said something to Adam. I don't know about like he wouldn't last in there. And then Blaine goes, actually, Adam, gay guys have it good. He goes, they heal you and everything. And then they were telling us about, like kind of like the ins and outs. So I ended up making a funny parody that I'll play every once in a while because it was so funny. You just couldn't stop laughing and stuff like that. So I like to make those fun ones, but I'll save the drunk one for stuff another night on there. But like I said, I'm not sure if you can handle that type of fun here, Travis, or if you can. I don't know you well enough yet. We're getting close to the in crowd here. Yeah. Do I have it actually? I don't think I have it. I think I just took it down. And did I take it? Yeah, I took it down, guys. I have it, but it's in a different thing. But yeah, but is there anything that you wanted to still? You said you wanted to screen share stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure if you still had time to do that or if you wanted to do that.
It's not going to take too long. We can go
Sure.
through what's been knocked out. So if you're ready to do that, I'll get going.
Yeah, just share. Thank you, guys.
What's that mean? Should feel bad for Lisa because she can't eat real food.
Because she had surgery, so she can't. She has to have popsicles.
Gotcha. Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah. But yeah, go ahead, Travis, whenever you're ready to share.
Okay. Share screen.
He is an Austin guy. Travis is out of Austin, Texas. I don't believe you. Do you have Twitter? Do you even use social media, really, Travis, for stuff like that?
No, Travis don't tweet. I had an account. It got hacked by somebody in the Far East based on the
oh yeah, that's typical.
A bunch of ads that were popping up, and so people were telling me, hey, we think your account got hacked. And then by the time I saw it, they had suspended my account, and I had to appeal, and anyway, so I have a suspended account.
Thank you very much.
Oh,
And I
Yes,
I
because
don't know how to get
good night,
thanks,
Ginger.
Purple.
out of jail. And I tried, and anyway, they want me to join, and I'm not going to join. Okay, is that sharing with you guys?
Yeah, I can add it now. And Adam, you're back now?
Yeah, I'm back.
Yeah. Good night, Ginger. Good night, you guys. And thank
Yeah,
you
good night,
again.
Ginger, and thank you, Pure Prof.
Oh, shoot. Shoot. Okay, remind me, Joe, remind me to share the thing for the Indiana. Adam, remind me to share Joe's thing after. You know how we like to share his thing for when he plays in Indiana? He sent me one.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So sorry, Travis, go ahead.
Oh, no. Just let me know when you're ready, and we'll go through this quickly.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so we have seen this before. This is the first writ, and the three lawyers. This first lawyer, Maggie Smith, is the one I've been referring to as PFD. And here's the table of contents. I put in green what it appears to me is still or is resolved. So they talk about background, hundreds of documents are inappropriately excluded from public access. The order covers that. She orders the clerk to get them into the system. Yellow, this was kind of background. And so I don't know if they have anything that's going to hang over from that they still want to talk about. We'll get into that in a second. Alan instructs his chosen counsel to make filings on his behalf, and the trial court orders the clerk to remove those filings from both the CCS and the electronic case file. She's reversed herself on that and appears to be in conformance. They talked about the trial court continues to violate these absolute duties by improperly removing documents and excluding public access to the documents. Removal of court records, same thing as above, taken care of. There remains a lack of meaning, public access in this case. We'll go to that. So page 3, for those that have printed this out, and I know you have this handy, ready to whip out and follow along, kind of like a playbill on Broadway. Anyway, from that point through the end of June, so they're talking about there was someone within the court system, sua sponte, which everybody knows by now means on your own, changed all of Alan's filings to confidential and excluded them from public access without any notice to or from Alan, and then cites the record, which we've also gone over. From that point through the end of June, more than 125 separate court records were excluded from public access. Then on June 8th, 2023, a member of the media, who was who, Adam? Who was the person in the media that said, hey, we want you to make this stuff accessible?
That was Kevin Greenlee.
Okay.
Right?
Are they
Am
on
I
a
wrong, Connie?
YouTube person?
Yeah.
He's one half of the Murder Sheet podcast.
Okay, one of those non-legitimate, non-journalists that are.
Well, he's a lawyer. He's a lawyer in Indiana, and his wife and co-host is a journalist.
She's a journalist, yeah.
No, they're not. They're not journalists, according to the emails of Gull. They're illegitimate and subject to arrest.
No,
at her whim.
That's two
Anywho,
separate.
on June 8th, a member of the
Travis,
media.
let me stop you really quickly. That's two
Oh,
different people.
They've elevated. Now they're a member of the media. Requests access to these excluded court records. On June 28th, the trial court ruled on that motion and explained that all of the documents had been excluded from public access to comply with the court order dated December 2, 2022, which we've gone over, which provides public comments commonly referred to as the gag order. The gag order, according to Maggie, the Princess of fucking Darkness, however, only covers extrajudicial comments, not court filings. There's part of the list of all of them. The actual CCS in this case still has every one of the 118 documents excluded from public access. In addition to the items, the trial court allowed the parties to exclude by agreement. And they're talking about here that you can't do that. There are two more documents that remain excluded that are not in the zip drive, that do not have an ACR form, which is the form you need to file if you want to keep it from public. The June 20, 2023 filing and the July 5 letter from a DOC inmate. The order today specifically orders the court to unseal those. So, she's tracking along. They clearly went through this very carefully to figure out what's legitimate, what's not. The trial court has neither ruled on the motion talking about the on September 25th, the state filed a motion to exclude all future filings from public access until the court reviews it. Yeah.
1 second. Only because the music's going to go off. Deb left a nice message for us. So because I know the music's going to go off, can you just give Deb a... Oops, my bad.
Deb's True Crime Notebook Super Chat. $19.99. Thank you. Congratulations, 10,000. I am so proud of both of you. Purple heart, purple heart, purple heart.
We had to play that one, of course. Yeah. Thank you so much, Deb. Thank you. Deb, you get none of that back, by the way. That's a loving us fee.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah. So sorry, Travis. It's just
no. Don't be sorry at all. It's a special evening. So the trial court never ruled on the state's motion to exclude all of that stuff, and so this is still up in the air because the order today did not address the motion. So I would suspect this stuff here is going to be covered in the response that the judge files on this first motion, explaining what their position is on that. This part I'm skipping over here is the law on writs mandamus, and everybody knows from your prior episodes that a writ of mandamus has to be something that a public official is clearly required to do and doesn't. As Adams already mentioned at the very beginning, felt this petition for writ of mandamus was much stronger than the other one. I concur. The other one, some of that stuff doesn't look automatic like this stuff does. So
And the second one was well written. I'm not criticizing anything about Kara or anyone that prepared that second writ. It's a well orchestrated document. I'm just talking about the merits within it.
No, you're absolutely right. What's put here, it's this access to court records, ACR, which Maggie specializes in. It's very specific. Legislature is very, very specific. Not so much on the second petition, right, Adam?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I
that's my
agree.
understanding.
Yeah.
Object. Sorry, I'm just kidding. I'm just teasing. She's practicing.
Roman numeral 3.
When Sonny said that, it reminded me of Daryl Brooks when he would object to everything when he was representing himself in that trial.
That was funny. Go ahead. Sorry, Travis.
Let's see. Mandates the trial court shall maintain a sequential record. So they're citing rules, and you see stuff like shall do this, shall do that. So you see that in a statute or regulation. The clerk shall means what it says. You got to do it. The trial court continues to violate these absolute duties by improperly removing documents from the CCS and excluding public access to documents filed in the case. So their complaint was removal of court records is never allowed. Well, that's now moot, not mute, moot. No longer an issue. She's ordered the clerk not to remove them, and but reaffirms that she has stricken them because they were filed after counsel had been removed, and that's issues involved in the other petition for a writ that we're not discussing now. And that's pretty much it. She, there's just one little, kind of hanging thing out there about this motion, and I'm going to stop sharing. Motion for the state filed that they wanted everything submitted in camera for the court to look at before it could be filed, and she hadn't ruled on that yet. So that appears to be the only thing that's hanging out there that I could see. So I hope that answers.
Like sausage, Travis?
Yep.
Wasn't there a motion by the prosecution about actually sealing everything until it was reviewed?
Yeah, we just went over that.
Oh, okay, sorry.
And that's not addressed.
Yeah.
That's not addressed, and that's the one I said we may be seeing something in a response from the judge by her attorney regarding that one little issue about what to do on that.
Okay.
And or maybe not. It's not in the law. There's a doctrine called ripeness, like a pear is ripe for eating. Ripeness, a case has to be ripe. And what that means is a court doesn't look at things that might happen. They only determine real controversies.
Right.
Even if something is certain to happen, like if a woman is pregnant and is due 8 months from now, but the controversy isn't going to happen until the birth of that child, it's not ripe until the actual event.
Okay.
And so she hasn't ruled on the motion. And so she may say, look, we didn't address this. We don't think it's ripe. Haven't ruled on it. And, or, they may say, look, we have cases where this has been done in other cases in Indiana. That's the strongest authority, or been done in other states, persuasive. But that's it. So
Travis, go ahead.
she knocked out a lot of it, very little, if anything, to cover.
Travis, there's a very important question on that Lead with Love is asking, and Adam nicely turned on his camera so that he's going to respond. Do you see what that question is?
Is Adam a law student? And I asked what he did. I was careful because I know how things are. I said, if you're willing to say, I may have even did it backstage, because I really don't like to ask those kind of questions in public. But
I did it backstage, yeah.
Yeah, I asked because I thought he worked in the criminal justice system, or been a victim, had been prosecuted. I'm kidding. I never thought that. But no. I thought
Can I say what I love about what Lead with Love? To answer your question, I'm not a law student, but my favorite part about your question is that you thought that I could be of an age range where I would be a student. So thank you.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Maybe someday. You never know, right?
Lead with Love. Lisa is our smart ass, sarcastic, and if you ever see who this is, those are typically our smart asses in here. So, so Lisa says he played a lawyer 3 times on his IMBD or DB. But yeah, no, yeah. Travis calls him almost a lawyer. Almost a lawyer. He's a hairdresser, but he's almost a lawyer as well. Joke.
But seriously, I mentioned that the first deal because I had lurked. Is that still the phrase when you watch YouTube and you don't engage in the chat?
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll use the term stalker for you, but okay.
Creeps like a word du jour these days. It's like afraid to say I was lurking. Anyway, I was lurking, and but with Adam and Alexa and Charmaine and Sunny, the legal discussion, since all sincerity, I thought, well, Adam's discussion of it, I mean,
go on.
It just I knew he wasn't a lawyer because he keeps saying it. Even while I was lurking, I'm not a lawyer. But the analysis is what, and what his conclusions were the analysis is one that, somebody that had some sort of legal training or some sort of involvement in the criminal justice process.
Yes. Travis, Tom Webster is in the house, the one that we keep telling you about. And he says, and I quote, Adam watches Judge Judy every day.
That's all you need. Watch Judge Judy or Judge Wapner, and you're gonna get it.
Now, I just have a thing for PDFs and court filings. I like court documents. I always have. Yeah. Like you give me a full case file, I will read the court documents for for days.
You give me a court trial?
Yeah. So offline and behind the screen, we can share some of this other stuff that you ran into that was redacted, and then there was still a thing. You'd done some research, and I apologize. I didn't see it at the time for whatever reason, but you'd done research that you had found that there was some law or regulations or something you had found that said that a judge has the authority to remove attorneys. And we never got a chance to talk about what you had found, but I'm sure it's going to come up in the response to that second petition for writ. But and really, I still feel bad about that because you were either really dead on about it, and the clearly are not providing a full picture. An attorney has an ethical obligation. So let me talk about that real quickly. So an attorney, when you submit a brief in any court, trial court or the Indiana Supreme Court, if there is an Indiana case, what we call on point, or a statute that covers something that's on point, you have an ethical obligation, even if it goes against you, and even if it goes against your arguments, you have an ethical obligation to point that out to the courts. And so either, they weren't ethical, which I really doubt about Kara, or, there's maybe some reason why they aren't on point, and, law's complex, and I have a hard time doing online reading and research. For example, I have one of those Kindles, and I read a lot of stuff in it, but I don't do like research with it. I do pleasure reading on a Kindle, but I have to be able, for example, these briefs and the big long memorandum, I have to print those out so that I can flip back and forth. It's just the way my mind works. I have an analog mind in a digital world. I can't, and so because of that, and I've had clients that will say, "Well, this law, why doesn't it fall under this?" And I'm like, "Son of a gun, how did I miss this?" And then I pull out my book, and it's under a subchapter that applies to cities larger than 1 million people in the state of Texas, and that's Houston. There's only one city that's under, and I said,
Dallas has 1 million people.
It doesn't apply. It's only police officers in Houston, but that's just an example. We'll get to it, and I just feel bad that we didn't get to talk about what you had pulled up about it.
Yeah, and honestly, at this point, I'm gonna have to re-find it because squirrel. I look up so many things. I have so much information like that comes and goes all the time that I'll stand behind what I've said, but I will literally have to go back and find that again.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And so, Travis, I just want to talk about something that we haven't really talked about today. How many pages of the memorandum have you read again? I know we haven't talked about it much today.
So this is one of those things, like, most people, the size of the fish gets better with every telling. The amount of weight they lifted, the number of points they scored, whatever. I don't know how to tie it into Taco Tuesday, but I better not even start. But anywho, so I'm doing the opposite. I was at 30, 26. I'm going to say, I'm about 20 pages into it, but now I found out, oh joy, there's a real quick and easy primer on this, a 7 hour, a
Yes,
seven
it's
hour,
only 7 hours deep dive.
oh,
But you know what?
1
I
hour
feel
or
like
7 hours?
it's 7 hours. I feel like
In
it's
five
going to
minutes.
challenge your brain, though. I feel like when you listen to Tom and how good he is, and then you're going to laugh at the sarcasm that he has because, you know, he has this dry sense of humor that makes you laugh along the way. So I
But
feel
I
like
think
it's
I
one of
can
those
get
things.
through it in less than 7. Oh, you know what? I'll put it on 1.25 or 1.5
Right,
and follow
right.
along.
And just dust
Um,
the house or something, you know?
what
I'm
what
sure
do
your
you
wife would love it.
what do you call a long ass movie? You know, when I was a kid, there was a couple of movies that actually had a 15-minute intermission.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
Gone with the Wind.
Pardon?
Like Gone
Like
with the
Gone with
Wind.
the Wind.
No, that was
I'm
way
just,
before me. But
I know I'm playing, but it did have a 15-minute
it was one of those Cecil B. DeMille movies. But what was the word for a long ass movie? An
Boring? I
epic,
mean,
right? An epic.
oh,
You know, they were 3 hour movies.
They all are now.
yeah.
Well, my son, Christmas break, he and his friends said, "Yeah, we're going into the Oppenheimer movie. We got tickets for the 11 o'clock show." And I don't know. Old habits die young. I really can't fall asleep until I, know he's back home, even though he's, a man. And so it's like 2 a.m, and I'm like, honey, he's not home yet. What's up? I thought he was coming straight home. They weren't going to do anything afterwards. These were friends he hadn't seen for the semester from high school. So, they wanted to get together during Christmas break. And she looks it up. She goes, it's 3 hours and 20 minutes long.
I haven't seen it yet. I want to though.
Which
Yeah,
one is it?
me too.
Oppenheimer?
Oppenheimer.
Oh, I've seen it. I've seen it. That's the one with the whole bomb thing?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. That was.
Now, was
That
there
was.
an intermission or no?
No, no,
Oh, my God.
no. But I saw it. And to be honest with you, I remember my husband and my brother in law said, well, that's not what I expected it was going to be about. And to be honest with you, like, normally stuff like I usually when I go to a movie theater, I typically want to watch like comedy or love or stuff like that. Stuff like that normally would bore the shit right out of me, to be honest. But I actually enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I like the director. I've liked every movie that director's done. So
Yeah. But I mean, I enjoyed it. It was long. I'm not gonna lie. But I like sitting there with the popcorn and the drink and whatever. And it was like, I think we went to like the really late night show, and I swear to God, there was only about 6 of us in the entire theater, in that particular one. But yeah, it was like I liked it, and I think that you guys would like it. To be honest with you,
That's my kind of movie, definitely.
Yeah.
And, our theaters here for a long time have been reclining seats and
yeah,
food, cocktails, and
special kind of theater, huh?
but there's no way I could, my ass would be dead 3.5 hours in a traditional
Oh yeah, but
old.
that's when you get to one of those longer parts that's a little bit more boring. You just go, yeah, I'll be right back.
Hey, you're saying this to people that sometimes watch 3-hour lives with us.
Shh. Hey,
Don't tell them.
you know what? You can just go over to Tom's and you guys can watch 4 and 7 hour lives or videos even for that matter. I think we bring a little game to our lives a little bit. I feel like I make this not so boring and Adam helps with it.
Tom Webster's in here and he says,
Yeah.
you can take me off the screen. Thanks. I have to go. Nice to see everyone.
I think we've seen enough of Tom lately.
Did you congratulate us on our 10K as well? Did you, Tom? Because you're not going anywhere, and I'm not taking that face off the screen until you say congrats on the 10K, because I don't recall you saying it. Just saying.
Okay, well, I'm gonna watch it now, and I won't even put it on 1.25 or 1.5.
You're gonna go straight to 2.
I mean, 7 hours. Oh my word!
Well,
So thank
I will
God I don't have to read it.
I will say that Tom his information is always very well vetted and thought out because he usually asks me everything. No, I'm kidding. But he does have chapters to it. So I mean, you literally you can start and stop and not lose your place.
And go get something to. Yeah.
Right.
Whatever.
So I mean, if you go to the chapter marks, it's easy to follow along in the 7 hours if you can't watch it all at once. So
Tom, have you applied to any states for CLE? Can I get continuing legal education credit?
you should be able to.
Yeah. Tom, you're looking dapper Dan as always. That green just munches, dude, munches on there. And I love this whole side look. So innocent and so pure, but yet not,
So,
Anyway.
I love. Wait, Sonny. Wait, look. He
Which one?
He can't give a full compliment.
I know, right? It's like a who dis moment right there.
is it broken up into 7 episodes, or is it one big long bonanza? Is it an epic?
Well, it's broke, like it's one epic. It's one epic broken down. So, you can go make some popcorn, go to the toilet, go whatever, come back, hit play. It's in segments.
Right.
So maybe you only want to watch part 1 today, maybe part 2 tomorrow, but it's all in the same video. So it's like you got everything right there, jam packed into one video. I suggest that you truly watch it though when you have time.
Yeah. I am sincerely.
Yeah. Yeah.
You mentioned it earlier at our afternoon commute show, and then one of the first things that Aspen mentioned when he came on was a familiar, and I'm not, doesn't mean anything. I'm not a big social media platform thing, but I'm really looking forward to listening to it.
Yeah.
Well, I think when anyone does something that I respect or that I can trust, put the time and genuineness and effort into something.
Like Tom does. Yep.
I mean, when did that memorandum come out? 7-8 weeks ago. So I mean, even after it, potentially could be deemed moot. Somewhat, he continued to work on this, and so I mean, I kudos to that, because any money he's going to make off of that video is not going to be equivalent to the time and effort he put into it. So
yeah,
well, I always try to promote people that I trust and and that I respect.
I think it's still highly relevant, like you've alluded to, Aspen, in that when it gets to the 27th and there's a response, one of the reasons cited as a finding of gross negligence was the filing of that motion. And so you got to have, an understanding of it. And so, it's very appropriate, and I'll have all 7 hours under my belt before the 27th. Right.
And I have not watched it yet, so I mean, I'm saying all this.
I haven't watched it either. But
tomorrow I could be like, "What? I was wrong." No, I'm kidding.
I'm gonna start watching it tonight. I'm gonna at least watch a part of a chapter because I'll know I'll fall asleep. Give me a bed right now, and I'll probably 3 sheets to the wind.
I'll be like, "Good night, Tom." No.
Yeah, I know. Good night, my love.
Okay, it is awkward now. Let's move on.
Tom hates it when you keep talking about him. He likes it when we're more like, Tom, just get out of here. Come on, go away. Go sit back down in your recliner. He likes it when we talk like that more so. So sorry, Tom, that we gave you so much affection and love. Our bad. Okay, he's going back off the screen. And let's see here. Deb, do you want to go back on the screen? Where's Tom? Go away, Tom. Tom, shoo. Oh, we're at Google here. Maybe that's the wrong one.
What other things from the stuff today are we talking about? I can't remember at this point.
We've covered it. We covered what she did, why she did it. what may be left on that specific, the first one, that's pretty much it.
Right.
They
And
were
so-
right. She was wrong. Neener.
And so presumably we might even get those documents. I doubt that the clerk's going to put 118 documents into the system tomorrow, but I would think that I think that we'll probably get the two that were unreleased probably first, because they'll be the easiest for the clerk to put out before she starts to tackle the whole 118 document thing.
I would
But-
think so. And on
those
those,
could come out tomorrow.
Yeah, on those, I'm sure that was oversight. Really easy for two. It's like two needles in a haystack, right?
Right. And there are, when I talked to John McGauley, I think that's the name, and we talked about because, when there was talk about when that order was issued back in June or May, whenever it was, or I think it was June, that the 118 documents were going to come out, that there were going to be some documents held back. And I inquired about what type of documents were not going to be included in that. And what I was told by the Allen County court system was that the only documents that wouldn't be included in that that hadn't been already publicly put out were going to be documents that pertain to Richard Allen's health and mental health. And I'd have to go back to the
Right.
email to see if I'm seeing it exactly correct. But essentially, it was like a handful of documents that contained information about his health things, which would be covered under HIPAA, so they couldn't release those anyway.
Yeah, there's no question if a judge orders a psychological evaluation of a defendant, or much rarer for a witness or something, that would be filed under seal. If it was required to be filed with the court, and some states say, yeah, it's got to be filed, but yeah, that would be filed as confidential, and no one would ever be able to see that unless they had a legitimate purpose as part of a court proceeding. But I will say, since we're speculating on, her reactions and whatnot, I get the sense that she may get her feathers ruffled when she's questioned or challenged. And what I mean by that is, or court reporter, defense diaries made a request to the court reporter. They wanted a copy of the tape or the transcript. Then they were told, okay, I got a check, comes back. No, it's, not a public document. Then the attorneys said, hey, we want a transcript or a copy. And they were given transcripts of the two in-court hearings or comments from the bench. And we've read those, or part of the exhibits, but we get this thing, one of the exhibits is, no, I can't get it to you. This wasn't the in-chambers wasn't a hearing. It was a private, confidential attorney conference. That's, that just gives me the sense that she kind of, is making decisions as she goes along, because she, I don't know if it's, how dare you question me about these things, but she, they're going to have to explain what this, and she, I'm convinced she does not want to give that up. And so we're going to wait and see. So, no big deal, probably little knee jerky on some of these documents and confidential, and fancies herself an innovator. So, what's the quickest way to get this stuff out there? And does it by a website, that is innovative and gets it out there quick. And they bring up, well, that's all fine and good, but you still got to get it in the court system. And she's ordered that today. There's been some famous cases where judges, rather than filing their opinion and then everybody's scrambling to get a copy of it, they filed it with the clerk, but they also released it on the internet through social media. And there's a famous example of that. I can't remember what it was, but I think it was maybe the Chauvin murder trial of Mr. Floyd in Minneapolis, but could be wrong on that. But there's been some cases where courts have said, look, rather than burden the clerk with 100 media requests, I'm just going to release this thing on whatever, Twitter, or I have seen that, but so there's still some questions in my mind about her judgment, and kind of emotional is not the right word. Getting her hackles up when it's pointed out to her that what she's doing is improper.
Yeah. Preach it. Amen. Does anyone have any questions for Travis before he gets going? I heard you crack something open there, buddy. I was like, is it
zesty Italian for salad?
Yeah.
I didn't get my taco as promised, so I'm
Taco Tuesday.
eating salad. But anywho, yeah. Anyone got any last minute questions? And then
You're gonna go watch Tom's on
All of
Two
us
Towns
are.
Speak. Yeah. I'm gonna I'll be doing that too. Yeah. So if anyone has any last minute questions, then feel free, like I said, to ask. And again, thank you guys. You know what? I'm just gonna do this again. Just give me 2 minutes. I'm just gonna do this again because I want to.
I never really know what's going on. Look at me sometimes like all you want to do is run. Hear me out, hear me out.
Okay. Now, just with that being said, again, you guys, that I
I
want to
agree, Abby.
thank. I want to thank Deb. I want to thank Lead with Love, Support with Stefa, um, and Diana for your super chats tonight. Gail and Brutally Honest earlier. And then Lead with Love became a member as well. And I will say
Everyone
one
that's
more thing.
subscribed as well.
Yep. Thank you for the getting us over 10K. Lead with Love. Thank you for helping with that. Thank you so much, you guys. It's like I said, it's a wonderful night for us. And Travis, like I said, you just happen to be on the live. Yay. On that, doing it. And again, thank you to Charmaine and Fibro and anyone that has gifted memberships. I really love that. So I'm probably going to be promoting that a bit because, it's really nice when people pay it forward and help others or give them a chance to experience a membership or just give them a free month off of paying for one. But thank you guys so much for, like I said, being part of this and being part of this live tonight, where we hit that hurdle 10K. It was a long time for a while there. Like I said, it's kind of like we were stagnant. So thank you guys so much. Totally appreciate that. And I just love, thank you so much. Thank you so much. We just, like I said, I don't know how many, you said you watched it twice, I think. Here, like I said, we just like to keep it real, keep it honest, keep it respectful, of course, in chat and to the families and the victims. But yet, by the same token, we also know that lightheartedness goes a long way when you're in true crime, and it's such a, it's such a like a deep thing for me because, like this channel, we truly care about individuals and cases, and so, like I said, when you don't gotta fake anything when you're just telling the truth and just doing your thing and being yourself, and just keeping to who you are as a person, and not sitting there trying to impress anyone or, stuff
I've
like
always
that.
said
So,
that, people that don't have something to prove really feel the need to try.
yeah,
And I'm not saying that, you don't, put your full effort into everything, but some people that just have to be right and they just insist about
or they
their
don't let
point
you
and everything.
have
To me,
an
that shows
opinion.
an insecurity, and
Yeah, yeah,
if you don't have something to prove, then you're comfortable with whatever.
yeah.
So,
Yeah, and it's true because I've asked people to be on here, and then it's almost like, I'm sorry that our channel subs are not big enough, and then you see them on other ones, and honestly, that's why it's like, Defense Diaries was on here thanks to Charmaine for, talking to Bob, and Travis here, was just in a live, and he graciously has come on, quite a handful of times now, good handful of times, and that's what I love about people is when they don't care about how many subs you have, that they look at your channel for who you are, the quality, not quality, quantity of the people running it and stuff like that. And then they come in and, there's a lot of people, I want to say, that will come in, and I like everything in real life as well, to always feel like a home. Just be respectful, be loving and caring to each other. Have all your different opinions that you want to. It doesn't really matter. Everyone has that right to do that. But I just like it when people make those compliments to us, or someone the other day, because sometimes I will talk about my abusive relationships when a story comes up, because I know that if somebody else hears it, that maybe they'll make a change in their own life. And so someone had said, had sent me a message saying that they had left their relationship that they were in because of, this channel, because of, the support that obviously the words that were coming out resonated. And that makes me so happy because I've spent a good chunk of my life being abused. And, I don't sit there and wallow on it, pity on it. I made changes and, become a stronger person, not because of it. And so if anyone ever like I said. So those things mean a lot, you guys. They really do.
Mhm.
And just, except for Steffa, this is our tree hugger, our tree expert right here. So if anyone ever has a tree question, Support with Steffa is more than willing to always give us guidance and advice. She's definitely, she definitely knows her like north and south for sure. But anyways, I wanted to say that, guys. So thank you, Lean with Love, and your guys' contributions to tonight. And Travis, like I said, just
Yeah.
I say this from the bottom of my heart and our hearts. We're so appreciative of your time and just coming on here and knowing that you can take a joke and laugh, that always makes it
Absolutely.
so much better,
Right.
That's all I
And
got
Well,
to say.
thanks for having me, and really glad I got to be a part of being here during a major milestone. So that's
No, we
that's
appreciate
great.
it.
Yeah. Do you want to go eat your salad now?
I'm done.
Are you done?
Put it on. Put it on mute.
I want to go eat
you're
now
just
because
like,
I get up super early. I want to go
Yeah.
eat now.
So Travis was like, Sonny, just keep talking. I'm just whiffing down my salad. Okay. Let's see. This is good. You know what? I'm probably going to end off with instead of doing the extra intro, I do have the stuff. It's not the parody one or whatever. Uh, it's my comedy one that I made that I was talking about. I do have it. So I'm just going to give you guys a little bit of a giggle on the way out with that. Thank you guys so much for joining us tonight, Travis.
When will we see everyone again?
Tomorrow night.
That's right, tomorrow night.
Yeah, tomorrow night. It's Wednesday. Hump day. It's hump day tomorrow. Hey, Travis, that's the Taco Tuesday and then hump day. No. Anyways, so I'm just going to play that on the way out, you guys, just for shits and giggles, really. And thank you guys so much again. Take care and have a great night.